Dear students, good morning to you all, and let us continue our chapter modals again. And as we have already completed up to what to, today we shall continue the other modals. Let us today know about the use of the other important modals such as there, need and used to. First of all, let us now know about there. There, you know, when it is a lexical verb or when it acts as a main verb at that time, it implies or its meaning is as a main verb, it implies have the courage to. Have the courage to. For example, we may write an example. Did he dare to meet his boss? See. So, here it is the auxiliary verb and dare as a main verb. But when it acts as a modal, see, as a modal, it has certain characteristics like must. As a modal, it has certain characteristics. So what are those? Number one, it does not take infinitive, number two, it also does not take participle, infinitive means to plus verb and participle means verb plus ing. So as a modal, there as a modal it does not take all such things. And number three, it remains unchanged. Unchanged, whatever the tense, subject or number may be. First of all, let us understand that as a main verb we can use do, does or etc. Does he dare to speak to his father? And or does he dare to go to darkness? These are all the main used as a main verb. Whereas as a modal, it has certain characteristics. What are those? Number one, it does not take to infinitive. Number two, it does not take verb ing, and it does not change at all. The dare remains always as a dare, whatever the tense, subject or number may be. Even in case of third person singular number, third person singular, it remains as bare, or it remains in its bare form, it remains there. not dares. See how it is. We can have the example here. What is that? I dare not. I dare not speak to my father. In the same way, when it is in first person, we write here as dare as a modal. Otherwise, as a main verb, it should be I do not dare to speak, but that is not the modal use. Then, in case of third person, whether it is he or Rajiv or Saroj or whatever that may be, if it is third person singular, then also it remains as dare. He dare not speak. He dare not speak to his mother. See. So, these are the rules. Number 4. What it is? It is used. It is preferably used only with, as a modal, only with negative and interrogative sentence. Negative and interrogative sentences. See. So, dare as a modal should not be used in the positive or affirmative sentence, rather it should be used only with negative and interrogative sentence. In case of even third person singular, we should not write does he dare. Rather, if we want to make it negative, then we should write here dare he. For example, see, he dare not speak in front of me. In front of me. In that case, we may say that he dare not speak in front of me. Then, if we want to make it interrogative, it will be as dare he speak in front of me. So, see how important to know about the use of dare. We should not write here, does he dare to speak or something like that. As a modal, we should use exactly like this, dare he speak in front of me. And another important thing is that, what it is? It is often associated with how. Basically in making questions. It is often, next what it is? Number 5. It is associated with, it is often associated with it is often associated with what? How. When in making questions. And we can have the example. How dare you? How dare you speak to me? These are the usual conversational questions when someone is angry or something like that. At that time, he puts a question using the modal dare. How dare you speak to me? So these are all sort of characteristics and as well as the uses of the modal dare. We should learn about that. Let us repeat what it is. Number one, if we use it as a main verb, then no problem. We can make it negative by using the other auxiliaries such as do, does or etc. But as a modal, it will not take any to infinitive. It will not take any verb ing, and it does not have any sort of change, even though there is the change of the tense or something like that. And the most important point is that it remains unchanged even in third person singular number. In other cases, go becomes goes, and in interrogative sentence we make it does he go, but no. But in case of dare, we should not do so. And here it is what? I dare not speak to my father. He dare not speak to his mother. These are all the, see, even in case of third person singular, we should not make it as dares. Otherwise, it will be the main verb, not as the modal. So, as far as the modal use of dare is concerned, we should learn these all things so that at the time of writing any sort of sentence, we should not make any sort of mistake, or at the time of editing any sort of correct the error paragraph, then we can find the error so easily. Once we learn these uses of modal. Now, let us continue the uses of need. Uses of need. So, dare and need basically act in the same way as the modal. When we take need as the main verb, when it is a main verb, then it implies what? To have the necessity. To have necessity of something. Necessity of something. In that case, it is a main verb, it is not the modal. We can say, do you need, for example, we can say here, do you need my help? See. So, here do is the auxiliary verb and need acts as a main verb. It is not the modal use. But as a modal, so when need acts as a modal, like dare, it has certain characteristics. So need as a modal has certain characteristics. And the characteristics are as same as dare. Suppose number one, bit1, what it is? When we use it as a modal, number one, it has or it takes no infinitive, that means 2 plus verb will not be used. 2 plus verb. And number two, it takes no participle, that means verb plus ing. Number three, it remains unchanged In case of change of tense, number or subject, etc. For example, how is it? See, there is no change at all. Whatever the tense or number or subject may be, it remains need. Suppose we may say, he need not go to office. Actually, as a main verb, we should write here as it is third person singular number, it should be he needs not or he does not need to go to office. But as a modal, and as far as use of need is concerned, another characteristics that we find, what it is, like your there, it is used only in case of, it is used only in case of negative and interrogative sentences. First of all, we will learn that it has no or it has no infinitive, to plus verb, it has no participle, verb ing, and it remains unchanged whatever the tense number of the subject it may be. And this one, what it is? It is used only with negative and interrogative sentences. For example, he need not answer all the questions. So, not is used, it has been used in its negative form. And when we use it in positive form, it is the negative form. And when we use it in interrogative form, what will it be? Need he answer all the questions? It is interrogative. Put a question mark, then it is interrogative. See. So we should learn the use of need as a modal. When it is it is used as a main verb, there is no problem. But using as a modal, we should learn all these things. And instead of using it as a main verb, we should prefer to use it as a modal. So these are the uses of modals. And again we shall move to the another use, the last one, that is the used to. The modal used to. Now let us have the use of final modal, that is used to. We have already discussed up to 12 modals and it is the last one, used to. See, used to, its formation is used and to. As a result, used to is used to express. What does it express? An action that was in the past and it has, or that was done in the past and it has been terminated at present. At present we don't have such actions, but earlier we used to do or we are habituated to do that. In such a case, we may have the example like Ravi used to swim for 2 hours during his boyhood. That means we may say that when he was a boy, when Ravi was a boy, at that time he was habituated to swim for 2 hours continuously. But at present, he does not do so. So exactly, let us now understand the second example, what it is. I used to write a page in English when I was in standard 6. So during my standard 6 or when I was in standard 6, at that time I used to write a page. I was habituated to write a page every day. But at present, now I am in higher class and I do not write such things. So that is why this is the use of used to. And in case of used to, this is only the use. We should learn about it. But another thing that what is, it refers to past action. Number 2, I am used to walk means when it is used with an auxiliary verb, at that time it is not its modal use, rather it is the main verb. So I am used to, am, is, are used to means it generally refers to habitual action. Instead of I am used to walk, I may write he is used to take revenge from others. He is used to take revenge. What does it express? It expresses his habitual action. That means he is a person not to remain silent or mute, rather than whatever, if he feels insulted or if he feels that he was humiliated, he must take revenge because it is his habit, he is habitual, he is addicted to do so. So this is the use of the modals, and I think the use of modals are over, and we should learn almost all the uses that we have discussed so that we can develop our accuracy at the time of writing any sort of sentences using the modals in their right way. So stay home, stay safe. Thank you all.